Today we're going to dive into the bass sound from Holiday by Madonna. So this is another example of a classic Minimoog bass sound that if I make one or two minor changes, it'll sound like a different Minimoog bass sound. And I'll show you that. But before we dive into this sound, please remember to like and subscribe. Do it now. It's something that you can do for us to give back. And we've got a ton more videos and lots of ideas, and we're looking at your comments. Looking forward to continuing a great year. So back to the video. I'm going to show you what I was talking about. Like here's the Holiday bass sound. I change one thing, a little resonance, and watch what happens. I'm going to do a little more resonance this time, and I'm going to change the decay time a little bit, and watch what happens. Or I change the attack time in the filter. So I'm just showing you, you can make subtle changes to these sounds and take them somewhere else. And I like to time the decay time to my track. So if I have a track that's more like this, I might make the decay time a little less than the Madonna Holiday sound. Madonna Holiday was about there. So let's go back to Holiday. How do I do that? Get rid of the resonance, get rid of the attack time. Just about there. A little shorter decay time. It's a little long now. A little short. There we go. So let's go to the core of the sound now, because that core is at the core of pretty much a lot of classic Minimoog bass sounds. And it consists of two oscillators with a square wave on the bottom octave and a sawtooth on the top octave. So I'm using oscillator 1 on this patch to do the top octave, and that's the sawtooth, so it's set for 16-foot sawtooth. And then oscillator 2 is the lower octave, and that's set for 32-foot octave lower and a square wave. And I'll let you hear what it sounds like if I reverse them. So now the sawtooth is on the bottom and the square wave is on the top. Now back to normal. It's a little subtle, but you can hear there's more bass when you have the square wave on the bottom. Makes a big difference. So I take those two oscillators into the mixer, and I like to crank them up at the mixer in case I can take advantage of some of the Minimoog distortion. The filter cutoff frequency is down to 0. There's no resonance. So basically, the characteristics of the sound are determined by the amount of contour in the filter and the decay time. I have a little bit of sustain level, and the sustain level is going to be exactly what it says, where the sound holds after the attack. So the attack is determined by the decay time and the amount of contour. More decay time, longer ring. So there's the Madonna sound, and then we give it a little sustain. So if I hold the note, you don't lose the bass. If I had no sustain, you just have attack. So there's no tone. So we want to get the tone to sing through. So I'm like holding the note, I'm going down, down, down. So it's long, long, short. And if I didn't have sustain voltage, everything is just choppy. So just that little bit of sustain gives me some carry on the note. Super important. But you can see there's not a lot going on. So the controls that are available to you are really important. And one other thing is the keyboard tracking for the filter is off. So when I play up high, it doesn't get brighter. If I had tracking on, it's brighter, and this is full tracking. Which you might want to do if you're playing live and you need to cut through. These buttons come in handy because you can always get back to your less bright sound without changing the character of it. You're not changing the filter cutoff frequency or the amount of contour. You're just adding keyboard control voltage or not. Bassier sound. And then in the VCA, the last place where we can control something, we have full sustain level. If I had lower, it's just a softer sound. And I have the attack time down just to help out with it's kind of matching. It's a little quicker than the attack time in the filter right there. There's no noise and there's really no vibrato. You can put a little bit of glide to the sound like portamento. I wouldn't do too much for this. There you go. So a simple sound, remember in recapping, square wave on the bottom octave, sawtooth on the top octave, get as much saturation as you can out of the mixer, filter's totally closed, you're just relying on the envelope generator in the filter to open the filter. There's no resonance, so you're getting nice fullness to the wave. You're not like emphasizing the higher frequencies like what resonance does in the filter. And then the VCA, you just have full sustain level. And remember what I showed you earlier in the video, you can always mess around with it, add more resonance and turn it into a funky sound or anything like that. This sound in the actual recording is doubled with an electric bass, but this is the portion that's done on synthesizer. It's a classic Minimoog sound. Hope you like this one. Please remember to visit AnthonyMarinelliMusic.com to get exclusive free content and interact with us. We're going to be building that site more and more. So look forward to seeing you there and on more videos. And remember to like and subscribe. Don't forget. See you soon.